What's up? What's up? Just if you're JP in the house. So what day? This today Tuesday, about 9:15 in the morning. Anyway, I've been doing a lot of thinking about what's going on, and watching, getting a lot of news articles and reading about what's going on in America, LA, um, the ex-LA police officer who's killing other people. People refer to them as officers, but I rather refer to them as other people because anyway, I got a reason for that. But how can I say? I want to talk about suggestions. One thing about that's really plaguing our problem, a lot of people, they, want to they blame white racism and things like that. And I'm not saying that that stuff didn't exist, but a lot of problems that we do have can't be caused. Well, they can't be attributed to white racism, and to the fact to where it bothers us. A lot of stuff doesn't. So I want to kind of attempt to explain this. Okay, I think our biggest problem is when people make a suggestion that we run with it and we fill in the answers based on those trigger words that we've been. That and a trigger word means actually I like to call it a nigger word, but basically what it means, cause like white people say nigger, just doesn't mean typically a black person, just a ignorant person, dumb ignorant person, and I'm sure we've all heard that, and um, but those words are like loaded words that affect you emotionally, but they already come with pre-prepared reactions or pre-prepared actions that you are supposed to do. So when somebody looks at you funny, instead of asking them, "Oh, what's wrong?" Instead of being rational about it, "Oh, well, they're looking at me because I'm black, or they're looking at me because they white and they're looking down on me," and things like that. And that could be true, but until you ask them, "Well, excuse me, sir, or whomever, are you okay? Why are you staring at me? Is something wrong with my appearance?" And then you're going to put them into a position to where they're going to have to tell you their honest feelings. No, because you black. Okay, and then let's say, for instance, they say that. Then you say, what's wrong with being black? And, because, black people, you're like, well, my skin is only black because of the melanin content that I have, and the melanin content is a benefit to the beings on this planet. So what's wrong with that? And so when you ask them that, when you answer them in the truth and the reality, then and it usually backs some people off, or they might even get more excited because they're expecting you to act a certain way or react a certain way because their statement is loaded with the action that we're supposed to do, which is going to be also that action or whatever word that we have also is loaded with the action that they're supposed to respond to. And actually, I think a lot of times, like when you're watching a lot of white TV, they're trying to change a lot of that stuff psychologically. So they're like the movie 8, when the guy wife died because the other guy got drunk and didn't go to work, and his wife filled in for him, and then the guy died, and then at the end of the movie, near the end of the movie, the guy said, "Okay, I'll forgive you." And they know that there is this strife. There's a division between white people because they're not all the same. When we go back to their own individual countries, they got their own problems with each country anyway. But, in America, they're trying to, you know, um, group everybody together and stuff like that. And so they're trying to fix a problem that they know exists anyway. But what I'm saying is those words, these pills, you know, they're already there in place, so you already have an action. But those are just mere suggestions. And let's say, like, if you do something, you go to court, and someone asks you, well, why did you do that? And then you say, oh, because he said this to me. Then I'm like, okay, but just because he said that to you doesn't mean that you have to hit this person or do what you did. And say, well, that's what, and I said, no, he only said that, but, and what basically what they're going to do is they're going to get rational with you, which is something that you should have done. So when somebody does something to you, then you have to get rational with them. And as long as you're staying rational, then whatever happens, you cannot get, how can I say that, in trouble for it, or be at fault. So it's a suggestion. Like I was watching Hidden Colors, and one of the participants said that white racism got kids black children in the neighborhoods think it is cool to be dumb, And I thought about that, and I was like, well, you can't exactly pin that 100% on racism because you got adults in the neighborhood, and what's wrong with the adults? They were these kids nowadays. They were babies, and now they're not listening to you. So something happened along the way, and you can't say it's white racism. It's your fault because white racism didn't make you buy a TV and didn't make you sit your kids in front of the Brady Bunch or all of these other things. They did not do that. White racism did not prevent you from taking time, extra 20 minutes a day to sit down and teach your children something that would teach them whatever subject and help them with it in such a way where they'll be able to take it and run and really understand it. Because once kids start to comprehend things, they're going to take it and run with it, and just see how far they can go. And that's what, and that's the same thing, when a child got a weak parent, and they running over the parent. It's not like they're just purposely running over the parent. They're just trying to see how far they could go because they see this open road. And sometimes, if the parents don't, get in control or become mature than the children, then, a lot of problems happen. But like I was saying, basically what it is that we get these suggestions, and what happens is a suggestion is put out there, and if you're not thinking psychologically, you may take it as a truth, or you might repeat it, or use it as an excuse because of some reason. So let's say on TV they say, oh yeah, you watch a TV or black show, or it could even be a white show. It doesn't even matter. White kids like, oh well, I'm not going to go to school today. Like what was that? That class in New York with